一人ですか？
俺男ですけど。
ああ、女性と間違えてナンパしたわけではないです。
Hello to the 50 people that still watch this channel. You're all under investigation, not by any sort of legitimate investigative authority, but by me, silly. In the audience tab of my YouTube studio lay the juicy details of my demographics, what type of videos they watch, and exactly who they watch. Let's have a quick look. Shoto? That's not looking good already. Zeox? I'll give a pass. Alright, videos. You've gotta be kidding me. I'd like to indict my viewers on multiple accounts on being chronically online, and I suggest that they go outside and make real friends for the love of God. Play It Cool, Guys is about a posse of attractive, albeit slightly clumsy dudes. Himbos, if you will. I'd like to call this a somewhat unknown companion piece to Bocchi the Rock, as these shows began airing around the same time and are centered around their relatability. One key difference is that Bocchi is more about the struggles with social anxiety, whereas Play It Cool Guys tackles the struggles of being a himbo. The runtime for each episode is usually 11.5 minutes. If we exclude the opening and closing credits, that only leaves us with just under 8 minutes of actual anime. Forgive the pitiful runtime. Each episode's based on a singular chapter in the manga, and the chapters themselves are quite short, so what we see is what we get. I mean, hell, this very video could be longer than an actual episode from the show. One thing I should mention is that this is animated by Studio Pierrot. They're still working on Boruto and just wrapped up Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, so this show is more like a nice little side project while working on the flagships. The show's focus is on our 4 main characters, and how each of them deals with their clumsy behavior, starting with Hayate, a typical university student. He's in his 2nd year but can't find a solid direction in his life, nor can he find the directions to his uni. When faced with an embarrassing situation, his response is to first cringe so hard that the sun, Alpha Centauri, and other nearby stars collapse into each other. Second, he reflects on it long after it happened. So, literally me. But what isn't literally me is how his awkward demeanor is somehow converted into the ever-so-desired craze. This applies to the other guys as well, like, how do they do this? How do you know all this? Oh well, so much for the relatability factor, 0 out of 10. Anyways, next character. Shun is our only high schooler, so he naturally looks up to the other 3 as sort of mentors. He plays for his school sports team and he's damn good at what he does. When he knows what he's doing, of course. He's the type to play off his mistakes by being the stoic, mysterious type, and likes to pretend that it was all intentional. Like any young athlete, he's dedicated to his craft. Whatever time he has off-field, he spends training. And what good is a rigorous exercise routine without some music to get the blood pumping?
外で音楽聴くのやめたら？聴いてるのも変な曲だし。
変じゃない。神曲だし。
Nobody can touch my swag. Nobody can deal with my swag.
Takayuki is just your average office worker in his late 20s and I live in the Sanctus Asatsuka building on Senzoku Street, on the 7th floor. My name's Takayuki Mima. I'm 27 years old. There is an idea of a Takayuki Mima, some kind of abstraction. But there is no real me. And though I can hide my cold gaze, and you can shake my hand and feel flesh gripping yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable, I simply am not there. This guy's definitely no Patrick Bateman. He wouldn't even hurt a fly because he'd be too oblivious to notice it. He may have a stone-cold gaze, but that's because there's not much in that brain of his. That's how he usually responds to most situations. A complete lack of awareness. Now, I wouldn't fault you if you mistook this guy for Hayate. They look identical. Now, am I supposed to believe that this show is about 4 uniquely attractive, clumsy guys when 2 of them look virtually the same? It doesn't help that this problem persists in some of the official artwork. Which one's which? I can't tell. My eyesight's probably failing me. Takayuki's co-worker is often concerned with his behavior, and covers for him frequently when he slips up. It also turns out his younger brother is our 4th main character, Soma. He's the shortest of the bunch. Finally, a character I can truly relate to. He's taller than me, of course he is. How he responds to his clumsiness is to stay positive, usually by laughing it off. In the manga, you can get the sense that it's meant to be cute. In the anime, it sounds like he's holding back some maniacal villain laugh. I think it runs in the family because I spotted his brother laughing like that a few times. The thing is, I like his bubbly personality. His optimism and genuine appreciation for things around him don't come off as cringy. As for that laugh, I can only recall 2 times where it didn't sound like he was holding back something malicious. And yeah, both times were cute, and that's pretty much it. So, Soma? I also keep positive amidst my own dumbassery, but I, like any normal person, would simply exhale through my nose. Soma, in a way, is similar to Hayate. They're roughly the same age and in tertiary education. But more importantly, they also share this uncertainty for their future, just figuring it out as they go along. Soma has a lot of creative ambitions he wants to pursue, but he's unsure exactly which one to pick. He's a character I relate to a lot alongside Hayate. But still, that laugh of his is gonna take some time to get used to. But yeah, all in all, our cast is quite the diverse bunch. Well, in personalities and not appearance. You'll have to thank these 2 for that. They're all in different stages of their lives, from secondary to tertiary education or in the workforce. They find comfort in each other, knowing that they aren't the only clumsy guy in the room, and form a friendship between them. How these guys interact, especially how they hold each other in high regard for dealing with a screw-up their own unique way, it's incredibly delightful. The only thing I'd ever consider the show being out of touch for, and I offhandedly mentioned this earlier, is how they portray the awkward guy type as something women fawn over for. Believe me when I say this. No. No, it doesn't. Okay. The asterisk to the statement is if, and only if, you're attractive like these 4. Driving virtual 80s F1 cars and making YouTube videos aren't exactly attractive traits, but who knows? Since this is a slice of life comedy, will it make you laugh? For me, yeah. Well, of course it doesn't stand up to the dry wit of Airplane, or the general absurdity of Amazing World of Gumball. But still, I did pull a few from whatever situation these 4 found themselves in. Your mileage with the show's humor may vary though. The crux of the show's humor is its relatability, and for me it works nicely. I cringed alongside Hayate, facepalmed at Shun's stoicism along with Takayuki's lack of awareness, and I smiled with Soma when he's not laughing. We feel for these characters whenever they slip up because, well, it happens to the best of us. I can guarantee you that you've tried to walk past someone in your way, and instead you do whatever this is. Or, how about losing something important, like a key, and then you search everywhere like where is it, and then you find it in your pocket or something. Since this is a side project, I'd expect animation to be an afterthought, but to my surprise, it wasn't that bad. There are times where it looks buttery smooth out of left field, and that's without running it through those 60 FPS interpolation apps and calling it a day. I could possibly attribute the 8-minute runtime as to why the animation's like this. 1 week to animate 8 minutes seems like enough time to go all in. But still, I wouldn't mind mashing 2 stories into a single episode. I mean, come on, SpongeBob has been doing it since 1999. Wait, hold on, what? Wait, what's that you say? 1 week to do twice as much footage? Ah, she'll be right first. There isn't much of a grand plot to the show. The first 6 episodes introduce us to our characters and have them eventually meet each other. Beyond that, it's more just a collection of whatever hijinks these guys get up to. There is one kind of real storyline after episode 6 between Shun and Hayate. So, in this, Shun desperately wants to play for his team, but first he needs to get his grades up. Hayate effectively becomes his tutor and helps him with his algebra homework. Really? Algebra? We get a payoff a few episodes later when Hayate receives a text from Shun. He's a little tough on himself for not getting full marks, but Hayate couldn't be any more proud. Now, I don't want to pin the show's lack of a plot as a bad thing. If people just simply want to watch cute guys doing cute things, then this format's not a bad way to go about it. So, Play It Cool, Guys. A show about cute guys doing cute things, where a lot of the time it's endearing and sometimes out of touch. It's nothing too special or thought-provoking, and all in all just a sweet and comforting show. Maybe something nice to put on when you're feeling down. To my knowledge, I think the show's still airing, so give it a watch if you have time. Or you can read the manga. And, yeah, that's all I have for now.
そうなの。バカみたいにツボ浅くてすぐ笑うとこ、俺はいいと思ってるのに。この間の試合でお前のそういうとこに勇気もらったとか言わねえから。言ってる。耳赤いよ。わざとだよ。わざと？どういうこと？
So yeah, you're gay.